kids. Bust through a building, crush some bibs. Done being victim, come the villain. None of us civilians, punching kids. I think they forgot who the fuck this is. Jaeger this. Let me hunt some pigs. Crew cut your crew like Kruger. Dudes catch shit till I jump and squish. Attack a witch titan, not this one. I applied the big violence, plot twist done. Hit a man with the sadness and hate from the island. The weight that pop his lung. You crooks plotting. You started this shit, now you put stopping. Friendship, arm in the woods rot. Better shut your mouth or complain to my foot. Bottom, take what's mine. Fight through your spine, you killed mankind. Thought it was fine, rumble in time. If I take a walk with the guys who will black out the bars, cut sky. I know that you hated me for no reason, so let me crush the world and get even. I want to self-destruct to make all these man know the meaning of fear while they're screaming. Demon, let me show you a demon. Let me elbow drop to your ceiling and call it a greeting. You will all be defeated. I don't care no more. I make sure life's never fair no more. Look in my eyes, nothing there no more. Let me step on the more, make a wear the floor. What about Levi? How do you pet? What about Armin? What about Pet? Brother in Norman? What about I don't fuck with? Wait, what about Sasha? What about Ray? What about Mikasa? What about Ray? What about Blake? Yo, I don't fuck with. Wait, what about children? What about Reese? And if you killed them, what about Peace? What about Z? Dog, I don't fuck with. Wait, what about Pain? What about Justice? What do you gain? Who do you trust?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Killer Snow. And it's like 8:30 at night, and it's Killer Snow, and we're online at like 8:30 at night. Isn't that crazy? It's just live screen too. Let's just be crazy and skip intros and stuff. So long story short, my wife has her first art show today. And I didn't want to crowd her style. I was there for her at the beginning to help her, transport her paintings. And then, once I was done, I said, I'm going to peace out, let you do you, get your sales on. Because if she needs to be flirting with people, I don't want to be there for it. Duh. But it's a good sales tactic. At any point, I will potentially cut this stream off without a word to take off and go and get her if she contacts me saying that she needs to go. And that is the grounds for this stream. And with that said, if she stays for the whole duration, then we got a few hours of playtime here. I am going to intermission screen real quick while I run and grab a go and flip some food that I have in the air fryer because someone was rushing me and he's not even in here. Hey Siri, set a 10-minute timer. Oh, I forgot to mute the mic. Oh well. No big. If you're getting a lot of reflection off my glasses, too bad. It's kind of dark when I have my green screen up and the light source is behind the green screen and now it's dark out, so I'm not trying to be staring at the screen and messing up my eyes more. I already do that enough. Alright, so what were we doing here? Right, let me pop out of the live screen there. Okay, so you see this thing right here? This is a player cell door. What the fuck am I doing with player cell door? We're gonna anchor it here. I'm gonna close out those fire effects. So quick review. We made a little texture for this and called it Toxic Seal, and we're just making it so that way the fire makes a smoky wall, quote unquote. So that way basically the player can't go in through there. Fire bad. So they go in through here, go through the hole in the wall, avoid fire. Fire no bueno. And then they have to crouch to get in here to get the burned key next to that fire. The fire will do nothing bad for the moment. We're not putting any much of anything else in here. Maybe a couple of prisoners, and then other cells will just be closed off and essentially useless. This second floor right here doesn't really have a large purpose. I did have drop downs planned, but he kind of shot down several of the floors that I was gonna have here to facilitate that. So, following that guidance, we are just going to continue up here once we get the gate open, and then the end stairs are gone. I will try and find some way to make it look like they were there. So that way it's all broken up, and just like maybe drop a linear stair thing here. Imply it, broken stairs here. Now right here, we've got the Talon. This is where I need to stash a, ooh, I can put a drop down in one of these, so that way it falls down to one of these top cells, and then they go around and they can find a shiv that they can use to stabby stab the, here it is. I had forgotten to make this solid too. So let's go ahead and test things out. So that way we can see. Oh yeah, I haven't coded the door yet. So player cell door. We're going to actually close that, and we're going to delete player cell door. Delete. There are no other references for it. So we're going to drop this static mesh, this door static mesh here. We're going to start from the beginning. Okay, so we plopped this thing here, and now I'm going to once again delete this poor fucking door. Because I wanted to, there we go, I wanted to duplicate that and call it player cell door. Now that we've duplicated our moving door, I hope it all works out. Cell door mesh, yeah. Yeah. Those are unused, yeah. Okay, now here's where the difference happens. Instead of begin overlap, we have to copy what we did for our gated door here, which requires the burned key, which we saw. So we're going to open that. That's Stairgate Blueprint. And let's get a good look here. So this whole thing is all door movement, and what we need that we don't already have on ours is this. Okay, input key. I need to. It already hasn't. It doesn't have an end trigger actually. So let's make that. Let's compile that. We have a bool for being in the trigger, and I'll have to toss those in there too. I mean, they should already be in there. Yeah, the text. Oh wait, I don't have a text thing in there because it wasn't a part of the doors. Okay, I'll have to copy a couple things over. So step one, we're going to have that highlighted, and we're going to duplicate that here because we're going to take this and cut it, and then hopefully be able to move it and paste. Oh, thank God. So I'm going to get rid of the end trigger here because it's technically linked to the other one, and this custom event, we're going to trash that because we're going to event tick, and we're going to toss that right there. And the condition we're gonna put in trigger, get in trigger. We'll check that, and if they are in the trigger and they hit the E key, they will be able to say goodbye to that. A. Oh, right. I need a branch. So to drop that, we just press B and left click, and it just drops a branch for us, which is really nifty. Someone showed that in class, and it was fucking mind-blowing for me, so it should be for other people. We'll recompile this. We're gonna compile this, and errors where, oh, the player index, right, I never created that. So we delete that, we promote this to a variable, and we hit enter, and then we go ahead and drag it over here. And because it stupidly placed it in a bad spot, now let's recompile. Look at that, it's functioning. Now the question is, here we go. The has burned key, we're gonna change this variable right here. As third-person character has mirror shard. Yes. Mensajes. Got a lot of chatter on, like, messages. I was forced to this. Yo, what's up, Thos? Hey, buddy. You here to enjoy a little blueprint coding? The secrets, the dirty, filthy secrets behind AAA games. Good blueprint script. Oh fuck. So we set that, and I just remembered that I also need to make the item that I was talking about, the mirror shard, right? That thing. We need to go down a floor. This is down too far. Hey. All right, so we put our player here. We have player cell door here. We can go ahead and drop that, but first I want to make sure that we have the other item. First, let me show you how things are working. I don't know what that is. I've been hitting the bottle. Oh, of course. Oh, shit. Give me one quick sec, because I got some fucking chicken tenders. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, I know you haven't been here, you're not here too often, Thos, but we're swapping over from the Dead by Daylight and gaming content and moving into the game creation content. So, welcome to the behind the scenes of building a level. So we finished coding this. It tells you to press E to open it, requires a burn key. And this is all just stuff that's going to go to another team, so that way they can build it better. So we hear the fire, we can see it through there, and there's this what looks like a wall of smoke that you can't go through. That's because it wants you to go through here. The fire doesn't hurt you, for now. you need to crouch. I'm not an animator, so I did not bother to build the animations for the crouch, but I put the functionality in there. And right there, that is a substitute for our burned key, so we press E to pick it up. It shows up in the top left corner. Says that we received it, and then it disappears really fast. I might have to extend that duration a little bit. It's all part of balancing. But now that I've got the key, this will open for me. And it will go ahead and close itself up again. I'm not too concerned about it, but we get up here. And I haven't added much to any of those cells yet. I have ideas. But we're supposed to get in here, and then we can't get through this. Oh, I need to fix that that collision. That pill collider is far too fucking large. Far too large. No, no, no. Which one is this? This is a Talon 1. Where's your collision? Oh yeah, no, that's fucking massive. Let's change that up a little bit. There we go. It's much like Thos now. I'm sorry, bruv. 'Twas joke. Actually, now that I think about it, the only part that actually needs the collision is this part right here. So I'm gonna rotate this, and then I'm gonna rotate this, and then we're gonna shrink this, because we only want the tip not to, we want this part to not do things. Oh, these chicken tenders are smelling awesome. Okay, I think I can accept having that collision right there. Let's save that out and see how that plays out. I'm just gonna move my character up here. I don't want to go through getting the key again. Elevator. There we go. Alright, we're up here. Yeah, Z-Day switched to game dev because he got so mad at what the DVD devs are doing. He decided to learn and show them how. Yeah, essentially. Fucking tired of them. Okay. So the collision's not perfect, but it's something doable. It shows that it's, you know, supposed to be collision on that, and that it goes slightly longer than the thing. It's gonna bug me. I need to open that up again. Show me your collisions. Alright. I see what it's thinking it needs to do, and I appreciate its enthusiasm. Okay. I'm gonna leave it open there, but let's go ahead and test this out again. Man, if only DBD devs decided to check their collision and, you know, perfect it. Wow! It's almost like it takes about like 5 minutes. They use a pill collider for their characters too. Trader Joe's chicken tenders. Fucking great. Air fry it for 20 minutes. It'll be the best chicken you've had. Okay, so sorry about that. Had a small cough. All right, so event begin play. We've got that here. This is all the things for the movement of my player door, of the player cell door that they need to open to, even start up their little adventure. So we've got all this here for that, along with the conditions that they need to press the E key to open it. When they are in the trigger, we need to set up the triggers. So I just hit this button and I just hit the button and I don't remember what variable I was trying to create. Fuck. Right, we need to trigger. It wasn't a variable I needed to create. I need to create a text render. Add component, text. Not allowed to use these, so we made our own. There's the texture for our Hellscape text. And now we're going to say remember yourself to proceed. Oh, my buddy just finished playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, his first playthrough. Oh. I'm sorry, I need to... I'm trying to tell my buddy it's worth it to, fuck. It's worth it to play new game plus and worth to talk to the arena guy a lot. AKA farm simulations. Simulated summon fights for good shit. Last sentence I sent him was I'm live right now, so hopefully he can catch the rest of the drift from that, because I'm not usually the type to text on stream, so I do apologize for that, ladies and gents, but I was really excited to hear that he finished the game when I only just found out a couple days ago that he started it. I did the same thing. I played it for 50 hours straight and finished it. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can't stand seeing people bitch and complain, oh, you're not releasing the whole game in one. That game was massive for its day. That's why it needed 3 discs. I'm glad they broke it up so that way they can expand and make the lore bigger and better and all this other stuff. I don't like that they had a lot of time wasting with the whole... They padded their playtime numbers with forcing the player through certain spots, tight squeezes that they had to sideways go through, or ladders to climb, and it was always slow. They padded their numbers. Final Fantasy VII Remake, the first part of the remake that they're making. So the reason that we now have this this text render is because we're gonna have to do basically this. On begin overlap and end overlap, we're going to set the triggers. Actually, I think we can grab all of this, with the exception of the text renders. So we're going to copy and then paste. Nope. We're going to copy again. And then we're going to click in here and paste, and yes! Excellent. This is good because now we can just grab... Oh, we need to grab our in trigger, not this in trigger. So we're going to grab this, set, and we're going to duplicate it. Because... Oh, okay, one at a time. There we go. So this will go here, and that'll count them as in the trigger when they're overlapping the box collision. And then when it ends, I went to get a drink and missed the intro. There was no intro. I literally, once I got everything set up, I was just like, hey, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's nighttime. And I just kind of played off it being night, and then I just hit live screen because fuck it, it's nighttime. Everything is in disarray. So there is no need for an intro now. Oh, my buddy. He's saying he's really confused. Oh, fuck. I really want to tell him to just get into... Oh, I don't think he knows the full, like, original Final Fantasy VII story. I meant you saying which game you were talking about, not the actual intro to the... Oh, which game. Got it. Sorry, I'm, like, fucking neurodivergent as hell. Apparently. Maybe. I still want to ask him about the test for that. Hey! Welcome, Justin. AKA Quench. Quench, hey. And thank you so much for the resub, man. Really. Holy shit, for 37 months. This motherfucker. 37-month resub from Quench. Thank you, man. I didn't even look at the actual number. Holy fuck. Fuck, man. I appreciate that. But here we are. So, overlap makes the trigger get set. And when they end overlap, it's no longer in the trigger. And we want it to go ahead and do stuff, play sound at location, and then we need it to set things hidden, and that thing that it needs to hide is this text render that we're going to duplicate over here as well. Slap that here, and behold, we have a blueprinted door that is basically the same as our original doors that open on their own, but now they need you to have a particular key to press the E key to open it. Compiles clean because we know that it works. We've already tested it in the various components. Holy shit. Mike, hey, welcome. And Quench coming in with the questions. He's putting my 20 months to shame. I'm sorry, Z-Day. Quench was definitely there first. And let's see, who exactly is Sephiroth and who is the mother? How is Cloud tied to them? Okay, so Final Fantasy VII lore minute. I'm going to go ahead and pause the badass music because it's going to throw me off. And I'm going to take a bite of food real quick. Okay, so Sephiroth was a legendary soldier in the Soldier program, working for Shinra. And he was a legend because the things he could do were just legendary. He wielded the biggest weapon called the Masamune, which was like a 6 foot long longsword, and it basically one-shot everything. And all of his magic capped out. Like, no one had any idea how this guy was just this strong, and yeah, he just was, until it was finally discovered that they were using alien cells, which is Mother. Mother is Jenova, and Jenova is the alien life form that they had been that the human beings at Shinra, their scientists, once they discovered it, were starting experimenting, trying to find military and bio warfare applications. So they were using it left and right, and they were using and refining Mako, which is, as you already know from the storyline, it is the lifeblood of the planet, just refined into a usable energy source. So they're basically using the souls of the dead to power, the city. And it's a good shot that I want them to expand on in the next game in the series, where you actually leave the city and then you see that like all the wildlife and grass around the city is basically like dead, but everything is lush right outside of it. Like, it's beautiful and expansive. Like, the Midgar is so huge in the game, but it is so small in the scope of just the world of Final Fantasy VII, just that one game. So it's huge. So I hope I explained Mother and Sephiroth, and oh yeah, Sephiroth was just, his body accepted Jenova's cells easier than anyone else's. So that's why he became overpowered. And then when he started to discover about Jenova, he started to go insane because he was like, oh shit, I'm like half alien essentially. So he freaked out, started killing a bunch of people, lost to his own madness and superiority, and trying to basically do what Jenova wanted him to do, or wanted to do in general, and summon a meteor or become a meteor. It was never really fully clear, and just destroy the planet. So yeah, he lost his shit. Yeah, he was still a really good villain though. And Cloud is tied to them because Cloud looked up to Sephiroth so much. That's why he wanted to join the soldier program. The actual story for Final Fantasy VII is convoluted as shit when it comes to Cloud. All right, I don't want to get into him too much, but just know that he does have ties to Sephiroth and them, just primarily through Shinra and the soldier program, and some guy named Zack. And know that the Final Fantasy VII remake is a remake and not a remaster. They're actually like trying to retell the story in a different way, because those ghosts and shit, those weren't in the original. Those time wraiths or the reality wraiths or whatever that was like tearing things apart and making it look like a really trippy mushroom trip, that was all added new. Cloud does also have Jenova cells in him, yes. Gotcha, makes a lot of sense now. Yeah. And the ancients, which Aerith is one of the ancients, were basically the guardians and like the tenders of the planet. So when Mako energy is going nutty, they'll feel it. And ancients have a whole bunch of other powers and stuff, but I didn't research too much into them because certain things from the original Final Fantasy VII are still sore spots for many people, and I will hold to it that there's good reason for it, and that's just called really good character writing. Okay, I think I wanted this to be the character cell because I wanted it to come out and do a little cutscene of them seeing the stairs, seeing that, and then like seeing the key. So we'll work on making that once we go ahead and pop in this door and test it out. We also need to make, oh fuck, I forgot. We need to make our mirror shard too. So we'll make that too.
You're no longer alone.
Welcome, Z-Day.
Salutations.
And Justin, man, you're completely welcome. I love talking about, good lore and good games. Steering away from Dead by Daylight. I will say I've been having some matches on DBD that have been pretty decent, and I was just watching Dowsy's video while I was eating, the easy part of my dinner. I microwaved some leftover Chinese food, and when you were like starting to rush me and shit, so I was like, the fuck, fine. I do want to capitalize on as much time as I can, and the missus was nervous before. She was having a little bit of an anxiety attack moment, but I haven't heard from her in a minute. I think she should be good. Should be fine.
She's having an anxiety attack, and now she's been quiet.
Yeah, she stopped moving a little while ago. She should be good. She's fine. It's good.
Probably up to snuff.
I was at the art show when they were getting set up. There's a lot of people there selling. Not sure how many people might be there buying, but there's a lot of people there selling, and there's a lot of security, so...
I thought you said they were selling people for a second. I'm like,
You
whoa.
can't prove anything. Sorry. Alright. I really want to test out this door, but I still need the one missing piece here. Since you just popped in, do you know what that is?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you know what piece we're missing for our door?
The actual door?
No, we can just drag that out. No, we're missing the key for our door. It's okay. I forgive you.
Alright. I mean, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, right. Glass window. I think I'll take this glass.
Talking to you, watching your stream, and playing Diablo at the same time.
Oh,
So,
lovely.
my attention's a little bit scattered.
Multitasking. Well, Diablo luckily doesn't need that much attention. Although I do want to see what Diablo 4 has to offer on that respect. Alright, so what we just dropped here is a piece of glass. Right? That's what it looks like. That's what it is. We're going to shrink the ever-living fuck out of it. Not that much. Not too much. Okay. So that looks about right. Actually, let's see what I can do about this. Oh. What? What is... No. Show me your... Oh, that's... Oh my god, that's so shit. How is that good geometry? You guys... Oh. Okay. I did want to deform this a little bit, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so this is going to be our mirror shard. It is not reflect... You know what? I can't. I have certain images in my head, and I need to make sure that they are appeased.
OCD. OCD.
Yes.
OCD's nuts. I apologize.
Thank you.
I don't know if that actually came through, but
No, we heard it. Everyone
Okay.
heard it.
Bury you under your crib on a technically destined that mean that I'm
sorry, one moment, please. I thought it was about time to become one of the Boogaloo Boys. I heard a loud thud. I was like, was that my front door? Really?
My time to shine.
It's Christmas! Okay, so we have this text render here, and it is going to actor hidden in game. Yes, there we go. And we're gonna say shiv it. Right, I want to make a actual shiv here. Oh, or not the shiv. I'll make the glass, the mirror shard. We're making our mirror shard, and we're gonna hide it in here. So in order to do that, we're gonna go to geometry because I am fucking insane and can't just use their piece of glass. I need it to be reflective, even though it's literally a prop that's gonna delete itself when you interact with it. I don't care. I know I have issues. Okay, so we're going to take base color. We're going to slap that off there, actually. No base color. What we want is roughness. And we're going to set constant, just a regular constant, and we have it set to 0. No color, just reflection. And specularity on non-metallic surfaces.
Technically, mirrors are green.
Why? There, that's a nice shine. Okay. Oh, it's my girlfriend's birthday and I need to finish her card. Finish her damn card! What you doing not finishing it? Yeah, right? Now let's see if we can apply that to say I have it selected here. That looks really demented right there, and I live for that. Okay, we're gonna drop this box brush here. Oh. 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 Okay. And the reason I wanted to do it this way is because I wanted to... Wait, what just happened? Okay, there we go. I wanted to shrink that up. And we want to use our brush editing. Yes. So that way we can make this into... What? That's right, a unique shape. If you don't mind. Bam. Look at that. That is now officially a unique shape on this whole thing, and all I did was grab one edge and move it. That's it. This box brush officially more shard shaped, and now we can actually go back to the select mode.
I like it, Picasso.
Yeah. Okay, so red scale 0.03. There we go. Ooh, let's see. It just struck 12. 12. Oh, 12 for you? because it's like 9:17 here. Okay. Now, oh man, I have one piece of chicken left. I'm gonna try and talk and then go back to eating it, but instead I'm just gonna eat this right now, make y'all wait the last few seconds while I finish my fucking dinner at 9 o'clock at night, and then we'll just hit this full force. Also, I'm gonna take a second to go pee. You know what? I'm coming back with my bong, and I'm gonna smoke a bowl while we do this. As a belated happy 420 because I didn't do shit yesterday.
Aggressively escalated more and more.
I know, right?
Like, I'm gonna eat a piece of chicken. Now I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm stoned as fuck.
Uh-huh. You know why? Because it's nighttime and fuck the rules. I started a stream at 8:30 at night for the first time since I left the military. And this is just a taste of, like, next year. Trust me, I'll elaborate at some point. Like I don't know if you knew or remember Z-Day, but I'm a very nocturnal person usually, and it was only because I didn't want to upset the missus that I make sure that I am off the computer and, you know, ready to have quality time at like 7, and then that I am in bed by like 11. But I am sitting there awake until like 2. So if I am excited to be able to do a bunch of stuff because it is around my actual time of being, like, feeling the most active effortlessly, then I will damn well do so.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm usually up until like 3.
Yeah. And that's not like she forces me to do anything. That's like just me trying to reasonably maintain a balance between essentially my work life, the potential work life I want, and, you know, married family life. So to find that balance, I have to draw some lines, but when she's gone, out doing her art show, I get to play. And-
like whenever you go to visit a friend for the weekend, get to stay up all night.
Oh yeah, no. My cousins loved when I would visit them because they knew that that my aunt would basically give me permission to be up all night, which means they'd have to have permission to be up all night. And I would live.
Like you can't have someone else stay up all night without you staying up all night.
Essentially, and when I was there, she wanted me to have fun, so she wouldn't like restrict me and force me to go to bed with the rest of her kids. So I could stay up and play Nintendo, and it was the N64, and all of them would either have to go to bed, or if it was a weekend, then they got to like stay up with me, and they tried to. They did. They did.
They gave it their best.
They gave it their best effort. They did. But I always wound up being the last man standing, grinding out a whole bunch of, N64 games. Usually it was, I'd be playing the multiplayer games with them, and once they started dropping like flies and going to sleep, that's when I would kick up the single-player games and start setting some real records.
Yeah, and at one time I was at a friend's house and I was playing Halo for like one of the first times. And I fell asleep, like right before the level where you first encounter the flood.
Oh,
But
really?
I was still playing the game.
Bro, you were born for the army. You were born for the shit.
Like they told me they woke up in the middle of the night and saw me, and I was sitting there. My head was thrown back, my eyes shut, and I was still running around shooting things while I was dead asleep.
You were just going auditory at that point. Your subconscious was constructing the level.
I'd never played the game before in my life.
Like I said, your subconscious, it just knew, alright? Your subconscious
And I was even-
future self was feeding your subconscious past self
Yeah.
information.
Cause they were even telling me stuff I was doing. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was doing. Cause I was like meleeing a dead Marine who got killed by the flood. And they're like, yeah, you're doing this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I did do that.
Quench was at my first duty station, and we've been close friends since then. And he just said, man, I miss those barrack days. Sometimes lots of grindy fun. Dude, me, him, and our buddy Hoffer.
Phrasing.
All right. Good. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. We do phrasing here. We do phrasing. We're never gonna let phrasing die. It's a good way to make
No.
people aware of how they're speaking. So
Yeah.
I'll accept that phrasing call. Well done.
I'm finally getting my coworker to do the same.
Nice. Nice.
He does not watch what he says at all. And so whenever he does catch what he said, he goes pause.
Oh yeah. No. Pause. Saying pause is the more common vernacular for phrasing. That is the layman's term for those that didn't watch Archer. Everyone just said pause. You watch reaction videos, you watch any kind of content on YouTube where they're just like basically street speak. It's just common. What's the term?
Vernacular? Oh.
Vernacular is like a very technical term for it. I'm trying to think of the not dialect.
Slang?
Like an offshoot of a language. Brain, why are you doing this? You're teasing me with smart words and then like taking them away from me so I can't say them. The phrasing of grindy fun. See, I didn't watch Archer with you. I started watching Archer and got really heavy into it in Korea. And if my buddy Cody Smith were here, he was my roommate when I was there. And bro, we made an Archer drinking game. We wrote it on a plastic table that we folded up. And whenever we busted it out, we'd get dressed in like semi-decent clothing, and we'd bust out some glasses, and I would always make martinis. I would make
Are
martinis,
they
and
shaken or stirred?
my good sir, I did not have the equipment for shaken. So yes, they were fucking stirred. Deal with it. No, I'm kidding. I went ahead and actually got the stuff so I could make them shaken. And yeah, eventually I started getting good at it, and I started making martinis for everyone in the fucking barracks whenever I had my Archer nights. When I was still social. That sounded like the growl, like a grumble of a beast. Damn. What the hell did I do to this? God damn. Okay, so we have our glass shard. I totally took a pause, and I have plenty of time to smoke this, so I'm going to take my time here. So we're going to take this box brush. We're going to rename it Mirror Shard. And we're going to turn it into a blueprint once we find it again. Where the hell did it go? Right there. So, Mirror Shard. It is here. It has a texture. It exists. Now we're going to turn it into a static mesh. We'll save that. And then we're going to go ahead and blueprint / add script. And we're going to leave all that normal, new subclass, hit enter. Okay, so what we have here is our static mesh for this. Oh yeah, let me live screen it for us too. I'm going to leave my glasses off for a little bit just to... My eyes sometimes have a little difficulty when I'm switching from screen to screen to screen with those on, because they're very distance based, and one or two of the screens are like a couple inches closer, so it's like it's been freaking me out lately. Oi. That's right. Okay. Static mesh, we need to also add a box to this, a box collider. Not box, box. So we add box collision, press enter again to name it, because we don't really actually need a name for it, and we're going to shrink this down a bit.
Looks good, Biox.
Ah, you snorted.
Yes, I do that quite often.
Oh, fuck. Okay. We're gonna I keep forgetting that it's the collision box and not anything that's gonna be visible, and this collision box is literally just gonna be a trigger. Hopefully this still has the... We didn't give it collision when we turned it. Never mind. Okay, I'll know what to do. We're going to add a text render to it as well, because we need to give instructions the whole way. And we're going to hit that and change this to Hellscape. Hellscape text, and now let's go ahead and name this... well, not name it. We need the actual text for this. Okay, so we want to make sure that we break up the sentence a bit so that way it doesn't... Yeah, something coming from space enter back. Alright, so this is to let a team somewhere know that the intention for this glass shard is so that way the player has the opportunity to customize their character. Ideally, in a full game setting, I would want the player not to be able... They would be locked to first-person view until they get this mirror shard, which is literally in the room with them, and they can't leave the room until they get it. So they pick it up, triggers customization, and then they can have third-person, first-person, whatever. And then after they have customized their character, they are quote-unquote given a body, and they're corporeal again, so the cell just starts to open. And that's the whole premise. They have a body so they can open the doors.
So it's like in Skyrim whenever you finally get the bindings cut off and you can pick up stuff, or like when they finally step off the wagon, the guy's like, who are you?
Yes. Yes. Where you can't see your character until you do all that. That was the full intention. Yes, thank you.
Alright.
Good, it makes sense. Good. That means that he can't tell me that it doesn't fucking make sense. Alright, we're gonna slide this over here. We're gonna rotate it. I'm gonna have it like in that little corner, but I know that's gonna cut off the text, so we're gonna have to shrink the text. Or the shard, honestly. Hey. That was kinda big before. Okay, you feel something coming from this mirror shard. Press E to pick up. It's a nice illuminated thing, and it's going to be the only other thing in this cell. So I swear to God, if he says, you need to tell the character that they have to come over here, the door won't open. That's the point. Okay, so now that we have that set up, we can take this into the event graph, and this is where we start our blueprinting process. Coin, snazzy, yeah. This is the shit that goes into like creating games and stuff. I'm literally about to show you what it takes to make a locked door that won't open until you have a certain quality, right? And now I'm going to put my glasses back on, because now I'm going to need to make sure that I can read things a little more clearly. And luckily, since I already kind of have something like this set up, I'm going to pull it up and copy my code. So we made a burned key, and we're going to kind of copy the same concept here. We're going to grab the interaction and check variables. We're going to press Control C, and then we're going to come in here, and then we're going to press Control V. Look at that. It's beautiful. And there's things that don't work here right now, right? And the things that don't work, it's because they don't exist on this item. They existed on the other one. So player index doesn't exist here. In trigger doesn't exist here. This exists, but we don't want that in there. We want a different thing in there. And the static mesh component does exist here, but it's different, so we're going to get rid of that version of it and put the appropriate one. That should be everything. Alright, so all those things opened up. What we want to set here, since this is the mirror shard, we want to make sure that it changes the set mirror shard value. And the reason it's not showing up is because context sensitive is checked. You uncheck that. Look at that. Set has mirror shard. Awesome. So we want to go ahead and check that. We'll take this and place it here. We'll connect cast third person character here. I'll explain what each piece of this code does, and then it'll like make sense. Because right now, just copying stuff over, it's supposed to look like spaghetti. It's supposed to look like really confusing, convoluted, headache-causing spaghetti, but once you understand it, it's really not anywhere near this awful thing that people might think. Shit, what was this supposed to be? Oh yeah, static component. We drag that there. Bam. Okay. So, if I am right... Oh yeah, we also need the sound triggers, and Oh, right, in trigger. I forgot to create that. Right. The condition that has to be here. So, for that, we need to hit new variable. We'll call it in trigger. And what this will do once we compile. Okay. Once that's done, we now have a way to drag this right over here, pop it in there. Okay. So now the only way we can do any of this is if we're in the trigger of the box for this mirror shard. It looks like a flowchart. Good. It kind of works like that, actually. In fact, some of these things straight up are flowcharts. I could show examples, but then I'll get really, really sidetracked and go into things I shouldn't be distracting myself with. Oh, hey. That shouldn't be open. Oh, that's probably using up some resource that didn't need to be used. Okay. I need to copy the rest of this. So we're going to Control C, and then we're going to Control V in here. So target self, yes. In trigger, we're gonna get rid of. I want to leave it and see if it works. Box collision doesn't have a valid component. Alright, so actor and overlap. How's that? You gonna enjoy that? Will you compile better with that? Look at that! We do want to get rid of this text render though, because it's technically the text render for the wrong thing. And we want to make sure that we grab this text render and drop it in. So that way it's displaying the appropriate message. So. Oi. Okay.
Get out of my sandwich.
Do not bring ASDF films into my brain. Oh no, that's a horrible idea. My brain works like that on a regular. Don't do it. I need to focus. Fuck. Okay.
Laser focused. Life is like a hurricane.
All right. So no. Okay. Item, pick up, interaction, and we're going to call this over here text and sound. Text and sound. Trigger overlaps. And we're going to give it a little color.
ADHD go brr.
Yeah. Not to be distracting. Everything is
Don't worry,
distracting.
I'll be distracting enough for the two of us.
Yeah. It'll be distracting for like a whole community of people. Oh no.
Hey, I like what I do.
We all do. Okay, so theoretically, without me having tested anything, I'm going to trust that it works. I want to comment on these because they need to be. This is huge spaghetti mess. Conditional door movement. Goddamn DPS! Breathe! Oh, now it's a WordPad with a flowchart inside. Oh, you want to see WordPad? You want to see WordPad? I could start just doing some C# coding. We could do that. Just jump over to Unity.
Hey, you're gonna hate this. But your laugh just now sounded like a higher pitched version of Voldemort's laugh.
Perfect.
You went hee hee hee. It's just
Yeah, my laugh just changes depending on what I'm laughing at. Oh no. Alright, we're good. We're good. Things are commented on, so I just realized I don't know if I set the text render to be invisible on the start. So in order to check that, we go to the viewport, and we can just click on text render, go down here to hidden in-game. We want to check that, compile it, so that way it doesn't show that at all when we're here. I will put something to draw the attention here, but let's go ahead and hit play, and wonderful. I'm one floor higher than I need to be. I forgot about that. We're going to hit him with the elevator and bring that ass down. Right there. Is this the one with the shard in it? No? It was this one, wasn't it? Okay. Crazy. Okay. And now we need to drop the very special save all. We drop the special little player door here, which will not open until the player does X thing. So, hello. It is video game. We are playing now. Alright, so we're in here. We're gonna say, oh, you feel something coming from this mirror shard. Press E to pick up. Triggers character customization. We're not going to do anything with that yet. I'm gonna hit E. I'm spamming it. E isn't doing anything right now, which is good because we're not in the trigger. And this door does not open. There's a text render that's popping up somewhere. I think it's on the other side, and I might have to make it appear on both sides. Alright, so we're going to grab this. And now we press E and it opens. Remember yourself to proceed. Okay, yeah, I need to fix the door up a little bit, but we saw that it works. And we had to go through all that just to make a pickup and for a door to move. And I did most of the work on the door off camera anyway. We want the text render. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's flip that. Let me undo that flip because I need to turn on that step. Yeah, there we go. Not featured. Okay. I think that's pretty clear. He's free. Yes, exactly. Remember yourself to proceed. Press E to open. Requires mirror shard. Okay. We've got that. Let's hit enter. We're going to copy that. And we're going to apply it to this text render as well, because it needs it. I want it to be the same across both sides. Okay. I'm gonna have to shrink the text. Cool. Because I have them both selected, it won't let me. Nice. Fine. Me. Me.
Me.
Yeah. There we go. That looks a whole lot better. Okay. And, oh, okay, because the trigger is rather large for the door. Wait, did I set a thing where it plays the sound when you leave it as well? Okay, no, I didn't. Cool. Because I don't want it to play a sound every fucking time. Okay. Everything should work. Everything should work. We're gonna save all and give it another good old college try here. Oh, damn it. Fucked up already. Let me close out my Stairgate blueprint before I fuck that up. Sets new hidden. Yes. Okay, okay. Then the one thing I am missing is to go to viewport for these text renders, both of them, and hit hidden in game. And now that should mean, yep, it's set for both of them. Compile it, and hit play. I said hit play. There we go. It's hidden. It's hidden and it doesn't show up. So we go back in, and I think that means that these are the wrong text renders, so we're gonna drop those off. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. So we're gonna do this, and we're going to do this. And drag this one over here. Set hidden in game, and then, yeah, and take this one down here. Yep, and then text render for the target here. Text render for the target here. Text render 1 for target here. And text render for target here. Compile. Try it. Still fucking wrong. Ah! Damn it! Alright, what am I doing wrong? I need to calm down. I know what the problem is now.
And what's that?
Alright, so we have it set for these text renders, right? So it differentiates the text renders since they are technically two. That's set. And it's set. So branch, the branch thing here is basically an if-else statement. The statement that, you know, everyone learns in programming in some way, shape, or form, and then they think they can make everything. Which, I mean, technically they can. So this is an if-else statement. So if one thing happens, then these things happen. So if something happens, then the true statement pops out. If it doesn't happen, then the false statement pops out. So if you are in the trigger, that happens. But see, this part right here, these first two are actually setting what the in-trigger value is. So when you begin overlapping the box, it sets the value to true because you are in the trigger. When you leave it, it sets the in-trigger value to false because you're not in it anymore. and then it goes to this branch which says if something is true, do this. If something is false, do this. The problem is it doesn't know what that something fucking is because I forgot to put in trigger there.
Nice. You seem a bit triggered by that.
You remember where I said I've been basically like working for 10 hours straight on this, and that I'd been forgetting to eat and stuff.
I'm forgetting to eat on you.
Yeah.
Can't really.
Yeah. That is my bad. Alright. Hey. Oi. No. No. We're gonna stop that. I don't want to play it in there. I want to play it in here. Now let's full screen this bad boy and test it again. I'm gonna just smash my face into the keyboard. At least this works. Open. Close. Why? Why? What? Oh. How? Why?
Joys of troubleshooting.
How and why? How and why? Okay, this. Hidden in-game. Right. Okay. Hidden in-game. Okay. Both of them are off of the door a little bit, so there's no reason why it should like disappear into the door. So that can't be it. That can't be it. So I'm going to assume that the problem is not here. I'm going to change our box collider here. We want it to be bigger on the bottom because it needs to know that the player is still under it, so that way it doesn't just slam down on the player, because that'd be stupid.
No, how'd you die in the game? Door.
Right. Biggest fucking enemy in a game is the door. Is it because this is set to movable? What happens if I set it to static?
It gets all fuzzy.
Go to your room. Nothing shows up. I'm gonna make the trigger box for that bigger, and now that's not gonna
Am I
work.
gonna get crushed by the door if I do?
Yes. That's the point. That's why I told you to go. The door is like my FNAF animatronics. I just make murderous doors.
You make real fake doors.
Yes. They're all mimics. Oh, welcome back, Thos. Saucy boy. Alright, we saved that because that box definitely needed to be bigger, and we're gonna delete both of these text renders and we're gonna recompile. It's gonna have a bunch of problems because we don't have these anymore. So we're gonna get rid of those two, and we're going to I'm going to create one more text render. And it's only going to be aimed inward. Hey, do you know Stardew Valley? How difficult would it be to recreate something like that? I always hear about it, but I never actually bothered to look it up. So why don't we do that? .com Stardew Valley.
Well, since it technically has a relationship system in it, I think that would add a decent complexity to the game, because then you have to keep track of the
You'd be
relationship of NPCs,
you'd be surprised.
player.
You'd be surprised. You could just literally make that a variable. It depends on how complex they decided to make it. But just giving a look at it, basic sprites, 2D, not really isometric, UI elements, UI widgets, basic lighting. Does it have like a combat element to it? Grandfather's old farm plot, armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins set out to begin your life, live off the land, and okay. So you said this combat?
Slight combat, very slight. You can go into the mine, and I think you have to fight some creatures in there, but it's just a simple sword swing. If you're close enough and you hit them, they take damage. If you're close enough when they do their animation, you take damage.
So you do have a health value then?
Yes.
Okay. This doesn't have any of like their menu systems up and open because they know that most players don't give a shit about player systems, about menu systems. Let's see what the video looks like. I also need to minimize the rest of my internet video so I can see here. There we go. Probably a dumb question. It's like 2D pixel game. This has been my favorite game for so long. It does real-time combat, dungeon level sort of thing. Okay. Let's take a look at the music was way too intense for this guy cutting down some fucking trees.
That's just the back. That's called background music.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this makes it more intense.
I remember seeing a meme about the Doom music, and it's like, this one's called main menu. Like, well, that really goes hard. What's that called? Main menu.
Right. Basic counter system. Okay, if each item, if each like type of node needs a set amount, that's even easier because I don't have to have a whole bunch of random number generators doing it. Yeah, all of this is definitely doable. I know how to do all of it. Not to say that it would be easy at all, and not something I would want to take on by myself, at least not for a little while, until I learn like more efficient techniques. Because right now I know the bare bones way how to do things because it was just kind of like building up to this point. I can show you what I did in Unity. The last assignment I did in Unity before we swapped over to finally doing Unreal all the time. So I can show you here. I don't have any animations on my stuff, but I do know how to do some 2D animation stuff. There's the protein to wash down the rest of the protein that I ate. Oh, my knee. Alright, I'm starting to feel their music a little more. I like it. Yeah, all of this is doable. Personally, if I were to go ahead and try and build this in any sort of reasonably fast time, I would honestly just get a whole bunch of different assets and use it to build up the shape and outline of everything, and then I'd get to coding it. Would this be something to do in Unity? It's something that can be done in Unity or Unreal. I haven't done a lot of the 2D stuff on Unreal, that's why I don't fucks with it too much. Give me a second to finish this out real quick before I forget to continue it, because that can be very easy for me to do. So I need to finish that out. We're gonna hellscape text. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't mean to grab all of that. I meant to, fuck.
On stream? Whoa, didn't know this was kind of stream.
Gotcha. Sorry. Yeah. No. No. Don't worry about it, man. It's just if I know that I can easily get swept up into other things, so I need to make sure that I complete one thought before jumping to the next.
Like I said earlier, ADHD go burr.
Yeah. Requires mirror shard. Okay. We'll press enter. And that should be I see. It's doing that thing. On a different level, you're too basic. And we go ahead and tick that to hidden in game, and hopefully begin overlap. I shouldn't have to tell it that the other actor is going to be the player.
You shouldn't.
I'm gonna make sure of everything right now. We're going to add event on component begin overlap and on component end overlap for the box collider. Wait. Oh, the end overlap is already in use. So I'm just gonna take that and drag it down here as well. Yes. Oh fuck, no. I need that there. Shit!
Ah. Quickly.
Ah!
Yes. No.
I'm gonna set that, and then we're gonna do the end over, and hope that it will just work. Please, please work. Compile, save, do things. Oh, it's so good to me. Why are you so good to me? That was supposed to be more. Bitch, if you don't open...
Why
What?
you so good to me? Immediately starts insulting it. Well, hey, that's probably why it's so good to you. Probably like that kind of stuff.
Player cell door. Yes. Self. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Cell door. Movable. Okay. Box. Movable. Okay. Text. Doesn't need to be movable. Default scene root was set to static.
I thought you did that earlier.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
So you're doing something with the door and you set it from whatever it was to static.
Wait, you're actually paying attention? I thought you were doing like 4 other things and couldn't hold a conversation.
It's called multitasking. I didn't say I couldn't do it, I said I'm bad at it.
There we go. Alright, so we come out here. I'm going to have an in-game cutscene to guide you more, but generally you see that, you're going to want to go inspect it. Hey, Web! Oh shit, it's like a whole military convention here. I'm getting a little people from Germany, some basic and AIT. We're getting a little of everything, weirdo.
Oh, I guess they're in other chats because I'm only looking at your Twitch chat.
Yeah, and Web is in the Facebook chat. So it says here, press E to open. Requires burn key. We know we don't have the burn key, so we got to go and get it. Obviously, if we're looking for something burned, it should be by the fire.
Logic would dictate that.
I don't have a health system or anything set up because I'm not doing that. But we can't proceed, so we crouch. I'm not an animator either, so I'm not animating him crouching. But he's going through it. He's going to crouch through this one, too. Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is crouch. I'd never let go of crouch. This is teabagging without animation. It's great. So come over here, press E to pick up. Hey, I also need to add a little message to the other items so that way you know what you're picking up. But you go ahead, grab that. Ah. Now we come out here. We know we got the burned key, so we come over here. Press E, requires burned key. Hey, awesome.
It says E, not A.
I said E.
It said A.
Hey. I'll alpha test for you. I do my own testing. No, yeah, no. This is just a level that I have to have done by a level design that I have to have done by Monday, and it was assigned last Monday. So I don't have the thing set up for this. And I had my volume turned up too. Thanks for the boat horn, Z-Day.
I was like, wait, I haven't done it yet.
That's okay because I can do this. But yeah, I do actually want to turn this concept into a game later. Like later on.
Lord, for some reason your stream is laggy for me.
Might be your connection. Hey, quench with the lit totems. So those sound effects are meant for, you know, Dead by Daylight and to toss me off, but I got so used to them that it didn't really do much, so the guys just started using it to announce their presence in the stream when they got in. Alright, so we made it here. So now we need to do the thing that we just did for the doors, but kind of different this time. This time, well, I wanted to pop in, but have a good stream, my friend. Web, I appreciate you. Thank you. What we're going to do for this is we're going to make it, there's a text render here that isn't showing up because we don't have the trigger set up for it yet. See? Try stabbing it with something. Now we're going to give a... I do not want to change these talons, so instead I'm going to... We're going to do this the long way, instead of just making a blueprint of it. We're going to go about this the roundabout by grabbing a trigger volume. We're going to drop the trigger volume in here. Some of the tracks on this list are mainly for my workout playlist. A lot of the songs on most of my playlists are just nerdcore songs.
I work out. Look at that body.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to run to get my fucking knee back in order. Okay,
That's probably gonna have the opposite effect.
it's actually working out really well for me. I can,
okay.
yeah, I'm back to being able to run 3 miles.
My coworker, her chain of command had her do that, and it like fucked her up even more.
Well, her chain of command probably did it the dumb fuck way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I kind of already copied the stuff for our second talent in-game cutscene, which people that watch the stream more, like Z-Day and them, have probably already seen it. And this is going to basically mimic that, but we're going to make the cutscene... I think I already made it. Yeah, first talent, right there. This is all the stuff to set that. The duration... Let me check the duration of it. First talent... double click, open up that sequencer. That's 150 frames. So 5 seconds. Yeah, this is a 5-second in-game cutscene. So we can close out that sequencer. We don't need to pause. We don't need to delay for 6. We need to delay for 5. Okay. Now we need to set what is going to trigger this this cinematic, and I don't want it to trigger when they enter the trigger box. That would be too easy. I want them to have the shiv and stab a motherfucker. So we're gonna copy conditions. So we're gonna set. Oh shit! Do I have an event tick here? This is. No, I don't. So we can do that. We can do that. Yeah. Okay. Drop an event tick, so it checks it every frame of your refresh rate. Let me put my bong away real quick. Alright, we're back. I've got water. It's not completely full, but it'll be fine. Alright, blueprinting mode. So, let's see. I need to turn off my do not disturb, because there ain't no way that I'm gonna miss a message. In fact, give me a second, y'all. I want to send the wife a message. Alright. I will be concerned until I hear back from her. Don't get me wrong, I am not a heartless monster that's just looking forward to streaming when she's not here. I'm very deeply concerned when I don't hear from her for an extended period of time. Alright, so event tick. Every frame of your monitor's refresh rate will trigger this event. So with that, we have these conditionals here. I'm going to also, I need to create an in trigger for that. They know. Hey. Okay. Where's this trigger? We're going to call this the Talon 1 trigger. Let's put an underscore in there so it looks a little neater. There you go. Talon 1 trigger is going to get a add event. On actor begin overlap. So on actor begin overlap, and on actor end overlap is going to be for the text that shows up. Add event. On actor end overlap. And we're essentially going to do this. Control C. Control Victor. There's gonna be a few parts that need some interesting blueprinting work. Shit. Okay. We need to create an in-trigger variable. And that suddenly validated all of those. Nice. And text render can, and this text render can the fuck out of here, because I need to grab this particular text render, the Shivit text render. And we're gonna go here as Shivit to replace object reference. What do you mean? Ah. Got it. Okay. Okay. And we're going to copy that one over here then. Okay. Let's compile it. Nice. And now we also, of course, need to do this and this. So this is when you begin to overlap, it sets that you're in the trigger, and if you're in the trigger, it'll play the sound that you're in the trigger, and then it will show a Shivit text. And if you're not in the trigger, it'll hide that Shivit text and play no sound. That should be...
And award you no points.
Yes. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Thank you, and good night.
Alright, a simple no would suffice.
I forget it's all the way up there, and I gotta do the stuff. Grab that. Fuck out through here. There's so much. What's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, she's good. Okay. Well, my anxiety's alleviated. We're good.
Yeah.
She's totally fine. She just texted me back saying, I'm making monies. Which means she is selling her art, and that is fantastic. Alright. So, we see the claw. Hey! Nothing is showing. Okay. So let's fix this up a little bit. I'll delete this and this, and we're going to yeah, that's the one. No. That has to be checked. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. This time, let's just drag our character up here. Where is he? Which one's your cell? Jesus. I need to drop something here so that way I know which one is his cell. Fucking text render. That doesn't disappear. I'm just gonna drop it here so that way I know. Player cell. No, not cell E. Pull that out a bit. Motherfucker, if you don't get large there. I really want to make sure that I know where this is. Okay. So we've got this. Oh, yeah. Oh shit, Quench, are you still here? See, I got distracted and I couldn't. I didn't remember the Unity. Luckily, my computer can handle popping open a whole bunch of things at once.
What do you mean is... I mean, I haven't seen him chat in a while.
He hasn't chatted, but he might just be lingering somewhere.
If you're watching your own stream, I don't think so.
I don't think Streamlabs counts me as one.
No.
At least it shouldn't. And I don't have it up anywhere else.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, see?
He just,
Yeah.
he just,
Told you.
typed into chat.
Hey. There we go. Hey, this is what I did for my midterm in class. And the reason that this is still like split like that is because I had it set for displaying my code as well. So I'm actually going to pop that open as intended and put it right next to it because I'm proud of the fact that everything here worked as intended. Because that is what, as a developer, I am going to try and pride myself on, is things working as intended. The way it's supposed to be. It's my Ugandan Knuckles hero script. I am going to show you the way. Okay. So, this script essentially is the bread and butter for this whole thing. The enemies have little scripts on them as well. Okay. I clicked the wrong thing. I meant to do... That's enemy demon. Yeah, so let's open up the demon script. Demon script is a small thing here that just tells it to walk in random directions for a little bit, and it's a random patrolling thing. I made the demons move fast. That was the primary thing. So the code that I wrote made it so that way when you click on the sprite here, you could change things right there, like its speed, the duration. Huh?
The Sprite Cranberry?
The Sprite Cranberry. Are you talking about this? Oh, this little fucker right here? Or are you talking? Oh, you're talking about the Sprite Cranberry flavor. Just, bro, come on, man. My brain can't keep up with the shit. Okay, so rather than just trying to explain the code, I'm just gonna show it. So basically, we had to code enemies, we had to code a hero, and we had to make the enemies either walk back and forth or randomly patrol. And then we had to make it so that way our player fired weapons in whatever direction you tell it to. So WASD is used for firing your weapon. When it hits an enemy, they turn into a blood smear and they're gone. It doesn't go through walls. And it travels a distance, and then either it'll hit a wall or it'll go for like 5 seconds and then it will disappear. See? So you can just hit these enemies. If you hit the enemies, if you touch the enemies, you will die. They will also die, but it doesn't matter because you died first. And I also coded 2 power-ups. So you can come over here and touch this power-up, and yeah, there we go. This is the one that gives you 2 weapons, so for the duration of the power-up, you will fire 2 weapons at a time, and the power-up's already over. Oh, look, freebies. Oh! I just discovered something about my own fucking game. So what you just experienced was what happens when you accidentally leave the gravity on certain enemies, or something happens and they just had their gravity turn on. We're going to touch this. This is our shield, which makes us invincible, and since the code tells enemies to die if they touch us, or and vice versa, then it's going to work. But if we don't have that power up and we touch an enemy, you don't see anything anymore because the camera's bound to the player, and with the player gone, so is the camera. That's it. Game over. That was my little midterm.
Over, man.
Yeah. You know, I could expand on that. I know the general concepts. I can make it so that way it's like separate rooms, so you hit the border of it, go to the next room, and the camera just like pauses for a second, then skips up to the next room. I know how to do that kind of stuff. I just haven't pieced all of these together to make one whole game yet. Because there's not enough time to get into that just yet. Oh, hey, updates. Yay. That'll happen in the background. So yeah, with something like that, so a UI element is actually pretty easy to create, and that could be your counter for your, whatever the name of that game was. What was it again? I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, Stardew Valley. That could be the premise, the start of your Stardew Valley thing. Have counters with little sprite icons of your fruits, veggies, your coins, your farm equipment, whatever. Combat would be a little more complex, but not too complex. That midterm, I did it in a week. Like, most of the stuff that I churn it out on a week-to-week basis, and that's why I'm so fucking tired all the time. Because it's a lot. And now I kind of forgot what I was trying to do in here. Text render actor. Oh, yeah. Player. Oh. Player. Cell. Marker. I'm watching over you, and the sass working I got is overdue. Yeah, so this tower, I started working on it last week.
Yeah, you've been working on this for quite a bit.
No, just a week. The hangar, I was working for a bit. That was a month and a half of work. And I'm building something of approximately equal scale with even more stuff to do because there weren't any pickups or anything in that one. There was implied pickups, but I didn't actually make a pickup system for it. So now I've got a pickup system, gates opening and closing, and conditional stuff. And so I'm packing more functionality into an equal size space in less time. And also adding cutscenes, which is what I need to kind of get fucking cracking on here. But I wanted it to be conditional as well. I had 2 floors in this tower that had to get cut. Still annoyed about it, but I'm kind of glad because I'm still trying to cram in what I need to do for these just 2 floors. So 4, I would have lost my mind. So, right, I was going to test something. Player cell, we're going to move you... elevator you up 1 more. And why did we do that? Right, we needed to test the... We're at the Talon. That's what we're doing. Don't let me forget the Talon. It's like the claw. Okay. Play. Son of a... Okay. There we go. Hey, try stabbing it with something. Press E, require shiv. Pressing E does nothing. Okay. What do I do? I actually want to make it so that way the character cannot climb on this. Where is that? That's going to be in collision. Was it? No. It may have been. Let's drop this down. Character can step up. There we go. Set that to no. We're going to save that and basically scold the player by not letting them step on the giant talon. You lied to me. The fuck? Ah!
Who lied to who about what?
I said cannot step up on. You lied to me. Ugh. Whatever. I hope that if they're standing on top of it when they shank it, it triggers the cutscene, and I just hope that it doesn't drag them out and spit them into what is going to be a lava floor. That would be a very bad thing to happen. That's why I didn't want them being able to step up onto it. See, can character step up on?
See, that's the type of stuff playtesting will figure out.
Oh, wait a minute. Determine whether a character can step up onto this component. This controls whether they can try to step up on it when they bump into it, not whether they can walk on it after landing on it. So because the trigger, the collision mesh for it is actually going all the way to the tip, it's technically, they are technically landing on it when they walk up on it on this side. This side they can't climb up on that way. It's more like the program is telling you, hey, stop it, instead of stopping you from stepping on it. Yeah, no, I understand it though. It's all very robot brain, and I do good with robot brain. So robot brain is telling it that the collision for it starts over here, so if our player is somehow touching it here, then our player is jumping up and landing on it. Even though that's not the case, but that's how the collision for this individual object is going to treat it. So I can't really stop that unless I bring that claw up, so that way it's only the point. But I don't want to do that. Oh boy. Dearie me. What would I like to do? Alright, whatever. We're gonna go back up here and try and get this to fucking work again. So we got this for the text. We're gonna comment that out. C, change comment color, make that kind of yellow, and we're gonna change the comment to Talon Shiver. Why not turn it into two entities? What do you mean? Turn what into two entities?
I think he's talking about the claw.
Well, I could turn it back into brushes and split it apart, but that's not going to change the collision thing. If you're talking about making the collision two separate entities, they technically are within this component. So if we go into Talon 1 here, which is the one that we're looking at, this is what we are seeing, but when we go ahead and tick on the collision is technically a separate component that I added, which is the pillbox collision. I didn't add it to the rest of it because the player's never going to touch this. So we only added it to the component that the player is actually going to have available to them to interact with. So I had to tailor that to be as close as possible there. Hang on. It's gonna bug me because it's not gonna be a perfect fit, but it's going to work better for what we're doing. Alright, let's save that out and see how it goes. Yeah, it's technically two entities. Okay, by doing that, by moving it up, we made this the end of the pill box, the pill collision. So that actually works out better. Thank you for the recommendation. Thought you might have been able to break the tip off from the floor level so you didn't land on top of it. I don't know how to explain it. We essentially did, thanks to your recommendation. Thank you. That makes it work out a little bit better. This is why I like having people in chat, even if they're not, you know, savvy on the specifics of how things work, because they can just kind of present an idea and then you break down that idea and find ways to do it in the system and it'll work. So very, very much thank you, because I didn't want them interacting with this claw and stabbing it while they were on top of it, because the in-game cutscene is going to trigger and it makes this object move out of that hole and disappear over a pit of lava, which means that if the player's on it, it might drag them out, treating them as a non-collidable object because it's a cinematic, and drag them through the wall. I don't want that to happen. But now it's time to actually create the interaction that will allow us to stabbity stab stab. God, I love the Tournament of Power. Cypher! That's the conditional door movement. We're not worried about the conditional door movement. I need to close out my player cell door, actually. I'm gonna have to modify this particular door as well. This one door is gonna have a shared trigger, which will trigger that cutscene. That'll be something else, though. I'm gonna make a drop-down thing, so that way I can make the player have a little drop-down interaction and drop down into these mid-tier cells here, because I do want to give them some use. So the shiv is going to be located there. I will test out the shiv thing by making the player's value for having the shiv just positive to begin with, to make it true. Come on, brain meat. Start pulsing in the right direction. Swing, knock, dead. Right, we need the code for... Technically, yes, for this gated event. So, event in trigger branch, the interact key, cast a third person okay, there we go. Everything except that. We'll get rid of that. And these player indexes, because I'll have to create those. So we're going to copy those, and we're going to come back here, and we're going to paste those. Because we have an in-trigger event here already, we're going to drag the event tick right here. We're going to promote player index to a variable, so it exists now in this blueprint as well. And we're going to drag player index right here to complete that one as well. I know it's kind of blending with this other one that was in here, so I'm going to grab all of these. Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, no, I do need that moved. Like, all of this. Come on now. I need to work. Okay. And actually, I need it to combine with this, so technically I need this over here, this over here. Yeet. You have no idea how many times I've yeeted my character or some, like, important piece of geometry off into yonder distance in fucking Unreal. It's crazy.
I guess you could say the amount is unreal.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go to sleep with a fucking migraine today. I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, you leave that pun door open. I'm barging through it like the freaking Kool-Aid man. Like, you give me the opportunity and I'm taking it.
Yeah.
A pun-tunity.
Oh no. No.
That one was bad.
That was bad. That was bad. Alright. Fuck. I forgot what I was doing here. Target and has Mirror Shard. Okay, this one is target. We want as third-person character. We're looking for a non-context sensitive integer of has Shiv. It's one of my player variables that I created. Alright, there we go. Get Iron Shiv. Get has Iron set and get. Okay, so we want get has Iron Shiv as the condition here. I need to keep the naming conventions similar. Requires Iron Shiv. Go back to that third-person cell. Okay, so basically this whole big jumble that we copied over, that we have been copying over, is the reason that this is important and we've been copying this over so much is because it's got our if-and statements or our if-else statements, and we have it checking this statement every single frame. And if you're setting your game at 60 frames per second, then it's checking for this exact string of code 60 times a second. So we want that to just be constantly checking, at least for our purposes here. We want that to constantly be checking for if the player is in that trigger, if the player is pressing the key to, you know, trigger whatever needs to be done, in other words, shanking with a shiv. That's what these two things are here on this branch. So every tick, check if they're in the trigger. If that's true, check if they're pressing the E key on the player controller, which belongs to the player. You have to go step by step with this shit, but that's why it can be so easy to figure out how to do new things. So we do that, and then if those things are true, then we want it to do something with the player character. So cast a third-person character, which is the player character, which is that player index. And then as the third-person character, we want to grab a variable from our player. This is how you get something to interact with something in a different blueprint. Because our player blueprint has the Iron Shiv value. But it doesn't exist here in this variable list. Because it's on the player, not here. So we have to make a reference to the player so that way it knows who has that variable. And so, if our player has an Iron Shiv, and they press the E key, then finally we connect it to this. And this behemoth is now complete. Let's compile it, see if it works.
Do it right.
If we did the thing and we did this right, then
Suck it up. Just works.
Right, so if this is working right, we're going to go up to that claw. We're going to press E. I'm going to set the value of me having an Iron Shiv to true automatically for right now, so that way we can test this. But we'll try it both ways. First without, and then I'll check the box, make myself have an Iron Shiv, and then see if it triggers the cutscene. Alright? Let's see here. Player. See, items, has Iron Shiv, has Burn Key, has Mirror Shard. So we're going to leave those off. Gonna hit play. Go over here. Pressing E does nothing currently. I am pressing E. I am running around it. I am not pressing anything but E. My keyboard is freaking out with beautiful light, but it is not doing anything because I don't have an iron shiv, and currently one does not exist on this stage. So we're going to do a developer cheat and just check that value to be true. And we're going to hit save. And we're going to hit play. So theoretically, we have our shiv, and hopefully... Oh, so I know what happened here. We have to go back to our first Talon, and we need to go to the Talon track. We need to unlock this bitch. And then we want to go to properties and go to keep state. And there's something else I want to do after to this as well. But by doing that and then hitting save, let's try this again. Close the sequencer. Okay. It goes out. Alright, it's gone. It's technically up there. Okay. Now we can continue ascending the tower. Oh no! Something has happened. That fell. The other Talon. Where's my other Talon? Why did that Talon disappear? I'll check it in a minute, but it shouldn't have. Why did I make a convoluted jump puzzle? He's gonna be mad at that. I don't care. So that's a door that doesn't open. This one opens, and then this is where we set a trigger for a new cutscene where we open here, and then that eyeball, something's gonna screech at us. It'll do a camera shake, and then this eyeball will back up.
I mean, it is a tower in hell. I don't think a jump puzzle is too far off of being in hell.
Yeah, right. Okay, so blueprint runtime error. Attempted to access Talon 2_5 property, execute graph, but is pending kill blueprint, execute. What? Pending a destroy actor. Disrespectful. Wait. Okay, so that was for the first one. Got it. Okay, I know what happened. That was my bad. I accidentally set this destroy actor to destroy the second Talon because it was a copied code instead of having it destroy Talon 1 at the end of that cutscene. I was wondering why it was still up there. Talon 1, set that. Just slap the word jump in the title somewhere and that'll give enough indication that there's a jump puzzle, jump hellscape. Because the title is get it? You get it? I need more water.
That whole adding jump to the title thing is how Roblox does its games. Things just trying to influence the algorithm. Just spam a single word that people search into their games descriptions. That way it's more likely to come up.
swearing, tell them look away from a light. Of course they keep staring. They ain't never seen a killer more realer. Send them flying through the clouds and I ain't your dope dealer. Step into the room and you feel a cold shiver. Black heart ice cause I am a cold nigga, yeah. I was driven to the edge of insanity.
Alright, I'm back. I heard your voice while I was filling up water. What smack were you talking, good sir?
Oh, I was talking about how Roblox does kind of the same thing as Quench was talking about, how you add the word jump into your game title.
Oh.
I'm saying this is how people who try to spam or fuck with the algorithm on Roblox, they do that by just spamming a single word that in their description. That way it's more likely to come up whenever you search it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've started putting some words into my description, like the parentheses, the brackets that have ENG in there, because I notice people put specific language tags on their stuff, so that way they attract people of that language type. Because there could be people from foreign countries that want to watch, English-speaking streams, so that way they can practice more. Like the first, I think it was the first couple days I started doing that, we had that one guy that came in here saying that he didn't speak good English, but he wanted to practice. Yeah. So, like, I'm totally fine with that. So I can see the merit of putting specific words, but I do not like the idea of people putting in fake words or, like, clickbaity shit that they're not actually doing. Because then that's just, phishing possible community members from a community that's actually looking for that kind of stuff. Too fast. Okay. Player cell there. We have giant fuck off bird. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the eyes. The eyes. I needed to make these eyes also similar. Oh, right, I made the whole thing do the same thing. Okay, so we're going to take the eyeball and put that there, and also there, and also there, and also there. There we go. Since my sky isn't red anymore, but it will be eventually. But for now, I want it to be that, and we're gonna drop an extra trigger volume here. Trigger. Grab that trigger volume, drop that right there. And the reason for this is because I want player to hit this after the door already is opening, and then they'll see that staring at. Oh, okay, I need to drop a cinecamera right now. I have this cinematic in my brain, this in-game cutscene in my brain right now, and I'm about to record the fuck out of it. Rotate. Rotate. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be good. We need to create a cinematic level sequence. We're going to call this the Eye. Okay. We will be ending the stream at about 11:15 because things are winding down at the art show, and I will be going to pick up my wife so that way she can come home and not have to be getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning, and instead she'll be getting home at like 11:30. So I'll be picking her up at 11:30, so that means that we've got about 15-ish minutes.
Better get that cutscene work done then.
Yeah. Working on it. Okay, so we've got the cinecamera. We're going to go to track, add cinecamera actor. Hey, that's a nice view right there. but we're not ready to pilot this sumbitch just yet. So we're going to we also need to technically add old Big Bird there. So we're going to add current selection. That's all four. Well, they are grouped, so it'll work, I hope. Oh, nope, it will treat them all individually. Oh, I see. Quench, yeah, it's like 2 a.m. here. I can hang for another 15. Bro, thank you so much. Thanks for being here, man. Okay, we're gonna... I did the color changing stuff, so I'm going to just... Instead of having these be 3... Oh, wait, no, I tried that. They are already static meshes, so if I tried to fuck with it more, it would make it really weird. Okay. We're gonna deal with this as is. Oh. Damn it. I had the perfect starting frame, too. Where am I? Okay. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on in our sequencer, and we're going to go ahead and add those multiple actors back to the sequencer, and we're going to go ahead and hit the transform keyframes for all of those. We also hit the transform for our camera and our focal length. All right. So we're going to copy those, I hope. Okay, so if we duplicate it, is it there? Does it still exist? There are 3 whole sets of keyframes here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So we've got all those keys. We have it like that so that way it stays in position for a second. We're going to add in, we're going to track a fade in. Fade track. We're going to put a keyframe here. And now we're going to go back to the start here, and we're going to set this fade to be like right around there. 0.87 is a nice darkness. That isn't total. Perfect. And it fades in. I'm giving it time to do a screech, and I'll say that there's supposed to be a camera shake. So that's 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So at 3 seconds, I want this focal length to increase. I didn't need to do all of that. I wanted to copy the... Oh, okay, they already got the focal length on there. And I'm going to unpilot this so I can come over here. all of those pieces, I'm going to have them be destroyed at the end of the cutscene, but we're going to go ahead and get all of the fucking shit. This is the hard part, is getting all the pieces to behave the way they're supposed to.
This is the hardest part, building this gun.
God damn it. It would be easier if it was all one piece, but it's not.
It's all one piece, you'd have to worry about pirates.
Yeah, right. That was the beak. And now my pivot is running away from me. That's exactly what I need. Pivot. Alright, so we're gonna shift G and break off from the rest of the crew here. So which piece is this? This is the head. We're gonna move that in the same general area. Next one is that eye isn't really seen, so we can just yeet that over there and save that transform. Now this eye is the important one and should go with everything else at the right speed, hopefully. What's the last thing? The camera? The camera doesn't move on this one. Let's pilot that camera again. Hello? There we go. Pilot. There. Fades in. It moves. We get a little bit of a zoom in, but I also want to get the rotation proper. Those aren't the values I want to change. We're going to hit the transform to hold that rotation. So that way it will actually have a slight pan over. Oh. They can see that there's something like that's like in the head at that point. Okay, I think I'm going to hold back on the aperture increase, the focal length change until now is when I will set this key. And we're going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to put that there. And then it's slowly going to fade out. Keep that. Ugh. Hey, Dusk, welcome. Glad you could make it. Ironically, right at the end.
Of the stream.
Yeah, right? Okay, so I think I got this. No, let's not do that. This is just for my reference. This is a 5-second cutscene. See that? We see the eye move. We zoom in. Okay. Nice. And then it should let go. Alright. Let me save that. I'm going to close out the sequencer and shorten this up again. And we can make that just a trigger that the person walks into. Like this one. On begin overlap. And we're going to hit copy, and then we're going to just paste this one over here with a do once. And what did we call this? We called it trigger volume. We didn't change the name. Trigger. Perfect. And now we're going to take this into the, what do you call it? Into the level blueprint. And we're gonna that actually was the wrong thing. We want to right click on this and make overlap events, add event. Yeah, and the timing, I've been lurking doing chores though. Oh! So you were the secret other person. On actor begin overlap.
Because, Quench has been here and hasn't really changed from the number.
Yeah, I don't really trust the number. Mrs. saying, let me know if you get here earlier, drive safe. Okay, so I am expected to be leaving here very shortly then. Begin overlap on the eye trigger. It triggers this do once set cinematic mode for, we're going to say, a 5-second duration for the cinematic mode, and we're going to set it to create a level sequence for the eye. And instead of, destroy actor, I'm going to need it to destroy a lot of them. Actually, 4 of them. So we're going to need it to destroy all 4 pieces of that after. And those are Rock Beak 3, Rock Eye. Okay. So basically, all of these need to be smacked. Actually, I should be able to pull 4 actor references right in here. Perfect. Can I just, like, pull things from all of these into that one? Can I do that? Would it let me? No. No. No! All at once. Oh. Oh, tell me. Tell me, tell me. I have the shiv. Use the shiv. This is going to be the only test we get, and then I'm going to go ahead and call us done for this surprise stream this evening. There's another cutscene. Oh! Something is happening. Hey, we see the claw this time. I don't have sounds put in there yet. We will. Because it's still a Thursday night, and there's still Friday for me to work on this. So tomorrow we have our scheduled stream. But so far we're doing good. Doors opening. Hey! The cutscene's done. Now let's see if the pieces disappeared as they are supposed to. They're gone, and now you see the full-sized Rock of Greed just chilling up their wingspan from mountain tip to mountain tip. Yes! Oh my god. We've got stuff. We've got content. Alright. Thank y'all. We're gonna go ahead and hit the ending soon here. I know I didn't do much of an intro. Y'all don't know I didn't do much of an intro because there was really no one here. But that's totally cool because this was a surprise thing, and you know, I didn't want to say anything about it ahead of time because I didn't want to jinx anything, and the wife didn't want me, you know, saying about where her show was or anything like that. So I try and keep any of her business for her socials and her stuff to be announced, not for me to steal any thunder from. So I don't want to say anything in advance on stuff. So her art show was today. It was her first one. It's gone well. And because she was there, I was able to be here and continue doing productive work for my assignments, and at the same time stream to all of y'all, which led to, you know, being able to actually interact with quite a lot of people. I'm hoping to do more nighttime streams starting next year. A lot of stuff is going to be kicking up next year, so stay tuned, stay happy for that. And I know that seems like a daunting, you know, time frame, but it's not going to be daunting for me because all my days stream together. Fun, get it? Streaming. I'm going to leave this fucking Discord chat before Z-Day starts jumping in with more puns here at the end. You motherfucker. Thanks for being here, man.
Yep.
Alright, I've left the chat there, but I want to go ahead and say thanks to him again, and he's gonna go ahead and blow my fucking eardrums out with another boat horn. Okay, cool, yeah, thank you, Z-Day, that's great, thanks. At least I think that was Z-Day, right? Yeah, it was Z-Day. Oh, thanks for the hydrate redemption, by the way. I can't see a lot of my Twitch things because I keep the multi-stream chat open more often than not. I'm trying to remember to use my iPad more for that. But, yeah, so remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time until I have a new school schedule, and then we're going to change that up, so be prepared come my summer schedule. My life is just hectic. But with all that, nope, not yet. We want to say our special thanks to I Was Forced Into This, aka Thoss. Thank you for being here, man. Even though you're just chilling and drinking, thanks for stopping in, saying hello. Quench, thanks for popping in. And Justin, seriously, 37 months of being subbed to me. I really appreciate that. That's just like unquestioned support. And it's the same with Z-Day. Z-Day offers so much support, and he's a mod here, and all this other stuff. Like, y'all's help cannot be understated here. Mike South, thank you for stopping in as well. I appreciate that. I like seeing more of my classmates here, because then that's more people to bounce ideas off of and collaborate with and all that other stuff. And, Okay. I'm going through the chat. I think we're almost... Damn, bro. People have been redeeming some stuff today. I really need to find a way to keep everything open. I'll be subbed for 37 more. Hell yeah! I love that. Thanks again for the lore. No problem. I love going into all that stuff. So yeah, that covers everyone, and I gotta go get my wife before I get into trouble. Have a good